Hello everyone, welcome to my new video lecture. In this video lecture, we'll study about power frequency disturbances. We have studied various power quality issues, and one of the power quality issue, that is power frequency disturbances. We know that power frequency disturbance is a slow and long lasting event. An effect of power frequency disturbance vary from one piece of equipment to another, and with age also. We know that old equipment, and if it is subject to power frequency disturbances for prolonged period of time, then it is more susceptible to failure compared to new equipment. Because it is a slow and long lasting event, it can be easily measured. Now let us study some common power frequency disturbances. First, that is voltage sag. And voltage sag, that is most common power frequency disturbance. And it lasts from half of a cycle to several seconds. Normally, voltage sag is because of starting on large load like a induction motor or arc furnace. Let us study one 50 HP 460 volt and 60 ampere induction motor. Now during starting, we know that induction motor takes a very high starting current, almost 4 to 6 or 8 times more current compared to its nominal current. And if circuit feeding the motor has a high impedance, then we can observe appreciable sag. Now this graph, we can see that it is for the 50 HP induction motor, just we have taken example. And during starting in the first half cycle, the peak we can observe that it is 860 ampere. So that is very high starting current. And the feeding, we are feeding 50 HP motor with 100 kVA transformer. And suppose 100 kVA transformer is having 5% reactance, then we can able to calculate the voltage sag. Suppose we calculate full load current of the 100 kVA transformer at 480 volt, it is 120 ampere. And if we calculate voltage drop due to the starting inrush, it comes to 25.3%, and that is a very high voltage drop. And this voltage sag, this type of voltage sag, it can affect all other equipments which is connected to the similar power lines. And we have not still considered impedance of the power lines or a transformer, utility transformer. Otherwise voltage sag can be more. Suppose we take one example of arc furnace. In case of arc furnace, at the starting, we have very high starting current, because when arc is generated, we have short circuit at the secondary side, and during starting, we have very high starting current and very non-linear in nature, and it takes several time to stabilize the current. So it generates a voltage sag, as well as because of its non-linear characteristic, it generates a very large harmonic current also. In arc furnace, it is connected with large capacitor bank to improve the power factor, as well as harmonic filters to filter out the harmonic frequency current. Because it is arc furnace is connected with large capacitor banks, we can observe during starting a voltage rise because of leading reactive power consumption from the capacitor. So to avoid this, we can have a load connected with it with lagging reactive power consumption like arc furnace. So normally capacitor bank is switched in when we start the arc furnace and it is switched out when we switch off the arc furnace. Sometimes voltage sag might be possible because of certain utility fault, and we have normally utility fault in overhead power lines like lightning strikes or contact with bird, tree or animal, else insulator failure. And once this type of fault occurs, utility attempts to clear the fault by opening and closing the faulted circuit using a recloser. Now we can observe one voltage sag because of utility fault near one refinery, and we can see that voltage sag lasted for almost 21 cycles, and this much long period can obviously affect certain power controllers or electronics equipment, and it can affect the production of the refinery. Near one aluminum smelter, voltage sag because of a utility switching operation, it can be observed. In this voltage sag, we can see that number of cycles are very less. Magnitude is very effective to the production of the connected consumer. Voltage sags and swells, as we have discussed, that this is very common power frequency disturbances, and sometimes because we transfer the load from one power source to another, voltage sag as well as voltage swell can be observed. Now here we can see voltage sag because of one load is connected to the power generator, so power generator is switched in. At that time we have observed power sag for certain period of cycles, as well as we can observe a voltage swell when we remove the load from the power generator. One of the another common power frequency disturbance, that is flicker. Flicker is nothing but a magnitude of voltage and frequency change, and sometimes it can be observed by human eye, sometimes it cannot, and it is not very harmful to the connected instrument. And flicker is normally caused when a load that requires a large current during startup is initially energized, like we have elevators, arc furnace or arc welders. This is one of the graph or event we have recorded during the elevator starting, and we can see that there is a voltage magnitude change in voltage and a flicker in the connected lighting load can be observed. Another common power frequency disturbance, that is low frequency noise superimposed on the fundamental wave, and because of adjustable speed drive we have noise frequency is very high and it can propagate to sensitive data and signal circuit. Otherwise normal noise, low frequency noise cannot affect to other connected instruments. So thank you for watching my video. Keep watching. Thank you very much.